Oh, you just came out. You just came back today.
Hello, good evening everybody. Welcome to Art Space Books and Talks. Thank you for all coming this evening. So tonight's event is an extension of our current group exhibition at Art Space, our exhibition space on Green Street, the title of which is Frozen Lakes. The exhibition includes the work of New York-based artist Telly. So we thought it was a good opportunity to, as an extension, as I say, of that exhibition, to tonight screen Ken's most recent video work, but also to use it as an opportunity to consider some of the concerns in his work that have spanned the last 10-15 years, with showing quite early work in Frozen Lakes. So tonight we thought it would be interesting to also show an early video work called Telly and Casper from 2000, paired with the deleted scene, which is a work made in 2012, which Ken made in collaboration with AP News, which is an artist-led organisation in Zurich. So we're also really happy that alongside having the opportunity to look at Ken's work, we also invited Busta, who's the associate editor of Art Forum and a writer, to speak, to introduce the two films, to speak a little bit about Ken's work and about the concerns across these two films and how they overlap. So the plan for tonight is that Carly will give an introduction, as I say, and then we'll go straight into screening Telly and Casper first, which is around 25 minutes long. We'll have a break then, as we have a little bit of a technical change to make, and then we'll be playing the deleted scene after that, which again is around 25 minutes. And then there'll be an opportunity after that for a Q&A with Ken that Carly will moderate. So without further ado, I'll hand over to Carly to give an introduction. Thank you.
Hi, and thanks to Richard and to Stefan, to Ken for tonight. I'll just give you a little bit of a gloss of the context in which these films were made, and then I guess we can elaborate on things afterwards. So I wrote it down because I can't speak simultaneously. Okay, so the screening is happening in the context of Frozen Lakes, an exhibition just up the street at Artist Space's Green Street location. The show, which was curated by Richard, includes the work of 10 artists who, in Richard's words, have shifted their attention from the dialectics of production towards the conditions of circulation. That's to say they're more focused on how an image functions and acquires meaning than what that image means or is trying to say. For Okishi, this plays out, perhaps primarily, in how the image of the subject functions, acquires meaning, circulates, and what the relationship between the subject's image and the physical being that carries it might be. For the show, Burkett selected several works from Okishi's series, Wish I Were Here, which was made between 1997 and 2001, which is around the same time that Ken was making Telly and Casper. Each piece contains a photo and a postcard addressed to a different famous photographer. You saw the show, you know this already, but some of the photographers like Larry Clark, Jack Pearson, Cindy Sherman, and Ken, on the back of this postcard, asks each one about where the actual identity of his friend ends and where the illusion of him begins, and what bearing the illusion, particularly the kinds of illusions each given photographer is known best for, might have on who that person could be. For example, in one piece, Okishi writes, "Dear Bruce Weber, this is a picture of my straight best friend, who I'm in love with. He just got out of the shower. Does taking photographs of straight boys lying around without their shirts on make them gay in real life? I mean, he looks pretty gay in this photo, right? Sincerely, Okishi." In Telly and Casper, which we're about to watch, you might notice something similar going on in terms of creating an image of oneself and of the other. Describing oneself in streams of references, then helmet-long jeans, a song by Phoenix, a certain club, able to become the ideal image of oneself, but never exactly able to become what that image is supposed to signify. So it's different there. Like you can wear all the signs, but you are frustrated because you can never actually become whatever it is you're idealizing. As we know or could guess, Okishi's Telly and Casper is based on the two male leads in Larry Clark and Harmony Korine's Kids. Nick Mouse plays Telly, which was Leo Fitzpatrick's character, and another friend of Ken's, Colin Whitaker, plays Casper, which was Justin Pierce's character. So for some context, when this film was made, it was made in 1993, Harmony Korine wrote the script for Kids. In 1994, Giuliani took office as the mayor of New York. In 1995, Kids premieres. 96, the city banned skateboarding in most public spaces, restricting it to designated, specially designed skate parks. Operating hours, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. Hotmail was launched. 97, Okishi moves to New York and begins classes at Cooper Union. 98, Google starts gaining ground as a beta site, though it's not really a thing until 2000. 99, Napster is created, MySpace is launched. Most people have cell phones, but they're used more like portable payphones, or at least, I don't know, that's how I used it. You carry it in your bag and you turn it on when you make a call, because minutes are really expensive, reception sucks. 2000, the fall of Okishi's senior year, he writes the film Telly and Casper. From 1997 to 2000, the time when Okishi was in school, he would have witnessed the immediate after effects of the city adjusting to a massive reduction of unregulated public space, and the isolation that came with it. And then some sense that in the future, but not yet, cyberspace could maybe provide some relief. So Telly and Casper channels this changing sense of space and its impact on the way we communicate, and the way it makes it easier or more difficult to be with each other. Like Kids, Telly and Casper takes place in Washington Square Park, a bodega, a private apartment as locations. But these locations have a much different psychology in 2000 than they did in 1993, 94, 95. If you remember, half of Kids is just Jenny, Chloe Sevigny's character, wandering around this pre-email, pre-texting, pre-cell phone city, trying to find Telly. She has to physically go to all these different places. They were real spaces that then served as the information mainframe. Is that? And ask around or call up on the intercom or search the club. She's out of sync with her friends, and the sense of isolation is extreme. That is a different kind of aloneness than that which we see in Okishi's film, where the characters are right next to each other, but the spaces they occupy are empty. And without an IRL social context, it's like the two characters can't even really connect, or even fully embody their own identities. For example, in Kids, Telly and Casper steal 40s from the deli, and the action is so smooth, you're not even nervous they'll get caught. But you'll see in Okishi's film, Telly and Casper don't steal. They don't even lie, actually. Given that neither has a fake ID, they risk nothing, neither themselves nor fake versions of themselves. And instead, they just decide not to get beer. They're glitchy, as though each had been programmed for a certain imagined use, but then freezes up when applied to the real world or asked to interface with each other. So much of Okishi's work involves a processing of these differences in space and the kinds of subjects those differences spaces produce. A similar kind of processing of differences appears in the second film we'll see tonight, Deleted Scene. In Telly and Casper seems socially aesthetic, Deleted Scene is anything but. The most alienated subject here may actually be you. In 2000, Kishi staged the action for the camera, a single channel image for the viewer to directly consume. But in Deleted Scene, you're going to notice there are 4 frames that are active at once, which you can't so much watch as surveil, like surveillance cameras at a bodega. And there are no clear protagonists. The actors, if they can even be called that, who are in fact these collaborators from AP News, have no interest in being legible as individuals to the camera. In fact, cameras are incriminating smart machines, something to foil or to flee. With the content spread between multiple windows, maybe the best way to approach watching Deleted Scene is how you might experience a protest action on your laptop, viewing several live stream videos at once, seeing the character as the whole group convened. A little background on Deleted Scenes. If there's a narrative to be followed at all, it involves a bunch of Swiss artists and their friends constructing and then rolling through the streets of Zurich a massively oversized 1 yuan coin. Yes, rolling a giant fake piece of money through the world's epicenter of financial capitalism. It is also about, as Okishi has it, the mobilizing of a volunteer army of bodies in tangential industries, such as creatives and hipsters, who were thought to bring vitality and viability to previously dead real and virtual spaces and networks. You might want to know that the song you'll hear in that film is taken from the 1933, so Depression-era, musical film Gold Diggers, which was choreographed by Busby Berkeley, known for staging chorus lines of bodies that appear from afar as one. Ginger Rogers stars, and she's the person who'll hear singing We're in the Money, which they'll also sing. Neither Telly and Casper nor deleted scenes was shot with a particular viewing context in mind, but it's interesting maybe to know how they first appeared. Included in a group show at Kunsthal Bern, deleted scenes wasn't accessible during the day. Rather, it was only screened after hours, sort of like a party. The rest of the gallery lights would have been totally turned off. Telly and Casper made its debut on a local access television station, aired on Manhattan Neighborhood Network by Rosalie Knox on her show The Good Luck Galleon. So the first viewers were friends hanging out together in small apartments, or shut-ins landing on the station randomly while they flipped channels alone in bed. But as you sit here now, constituting the most current future space to contextualize either of these works yet, I want to remind you of the New York from 2 decades ago, with the description as it was penned in Kids of Washington Square Park. So this is from the treatment of the movie. Day. Casper and Telly are standing by the chess tables. The park is very busy. Every chess table is being used. People are riding bikes and rollerblading. Strong men are doing pull-ups on the monkey bars while guys walk by with ghetto blasters. A state of public frenzy. There are about 10 kids skateboarding. The fountain is on, and the mist is spraying kids. Girls in hip-hop fashion are lined up all around. Casper and Telly walk up to the center of the action. They greet their friends sitting on the edge of the fountain. Skateboarders ride up and slap their hands. As they greet their friends, they kiss the girls on the cheek and a few of them on the lips. They slap hands with the guys and embrace some with a hug. Telly and Casper go down the line, greeting everyone. This process takes a while as they interact with everyone down the line. So with that, I will leave you to the film. Thank you.